This is ABC15 Mornings.
Now it's 6 on this 4th of July, Independence Day, and fireworks going hand in hand, of course, but firefighters are asking you to leave that up to the professionals this year to protect our state's beautiful terrain.
And you don't want to miss out on the 4th of July sales, do you? This morning, we reveal the best deals of the weekend.
Not to mention, locked in, the Suns will take on the Bucks in the NBA Finals. How the team is preparing for Game 1. It's right around the corner.
Yeah, can't wait. But first, did you hear it? Did you see it? Did you feel it last night? The monsoon dumping rain across the valley overnight. Check out this video of a dog just out of his mind, running back and forth. So happy, like we are kind of, to see some rain here in our area. And we want to thank our viewer, Sarah, for sending this one in. Happy pooch.
I wouldn't be surprised if there were some people doing some similar things outside, standing in the rain and saying, finally, it's happened. I know I've done it before.
Complex pool, they're out there when it's raining.
See, absolutely. And you'll smell it in the air as you wake up on this Sunday morning. We say Happy Independence Day to you. I'm Nohelani Graff.
And I'm Mark Thompson. We wish you a happy 4th of July, and we hope that you celebrate safely. So how are we shaping up outside now?
So it's going to be very similar to yesterday, slightly cooler. 104 is that forecast high for your 4th of July. And here's that planner for the day. We're in the 80s across most of the valley right now. It is a little humid, as I mentioned, out there. So just keep that in mind as you're out and about. But it actually feels pretty good if you want to get a walk or a bike ride in this morning. By noon, we're still in the mid-90s, a slower warm up today, thanks to the clouds that are going to be lingering. By 5 o'clock, we are in triple digits, just past our high temperature of the day of 104. It'll be 102 by 5, and we still have that 20% chance of storms in the forecast. You can kind of see the setup there as those clouds will linger, but it makes for a pretty shot this morning. Also, thanks to that cloud cover, our air quality has improved ever so slightly, so we're in the moderate range, but keep in mind that smoke from fireworks tonight could be a problem if you have breathing trouble and linger into tomorrow. We will talk more about those storm chances, though, plus I've got that high country forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, now to our Independence Day, the 4th of July weekend. It's already breaking pandemic-era travel records.
More than 2.1 million people were screened by TSA on Friday.
Yeah, AAA is expecting nearly 48 million people will have traveled either by road or by air by this time the weekend when it comes to a close. Now, most of them, some 43 million, opted to drive to and from their destinations this year.
The biggest difference probably be the number of people traveling by car, and there are a number of factors figuring into that. International travel is still down, cruising has not picked back up yet, and people may generally feel a little more comfortable traveling by car. You can decide when you're going to leave, where you're going to stop, and maybe not everybody in the family is vaccinated yet.
Yeah, and experts say that if you are coming back home tomorrow, try to get on the road before 1 p.m. Right now, the average cost of a gallon of gas, it is $3.12 nationally. That's the highest in 7 years. In Phoenix, the average for a gallon of gas is $3.11. Experts say not only is summer demand to blame, but a shortage of fuel truck drivers that has left some service stations empty. They don't have any gas at all. To find the cheapest gas prices here in the valley and in your area, we've got an interactive map set up. Just go to abc15.com/gas prices.
Now, wherever you choose to celebrate, a Valley Fire Department is urging people to leave the fireworks, at least, up to the professionals on this 4th.
Yeah, and for good reason. Arizona has areas of desert terrain, and with severe drought, the Scottsdale Fire Department is asking people to steer clear of lighting them yourself.
Yeah, that warning comes to us as the Tonto National Forest is taking up the resources available to fight wildfires.
Tonto has over 11 and over 40 in our state right now of wildfires burning. So the last thing we want to do is set this beautiful desert on fire up here in North Scottsdale. The fire danger is too extreme right now. We're just asking people to not use fireworks this 4th of July.
It's just so very easy. The city of Scottsdale is not the only city with ordinances. A lot of other cities have regulations about when, where, and what types of fireworks you can light. So if you're curious, you should always check the official website for your city to see what their regulations are. And the regulations also depend on a lot of things, including those wildfire conditions in that particular area.
And just a reminder, most of our national forests are completely shut down this holiday weekend. So to prevent more wildfires from spreading, they are asking you again to leave those fireworks shows to the professionals. Here in the Valley, Phoenix will be limiting access to trails in hopes of reducing fire danger. If you plan on hiking today, you need to be out there now. Do it now. Those entrances and gates, they're going to be closing at 3 p.m. This includes several popular parks and mountain preserves like Camelback, Papago Park, and South Mountain. And there are a ton of fireworks shows around the valley to choose from. Just head to the Things to Do section of ABC15.com and our ABC15 app.
You know, with prices for everyday items on the rise, a lot of folks are saying bring on those 4th of July sales. So ABC's Deirdre Bolton reveals the best deals that are available right now.
From outdoor grills to patio furniture to coolers, major retailers are offering sales on everything you need to celebrate in style.
The hottest category of sales for 4th of July is really going to be a lot of the staples that you might have if you're hosting a party.
For your picnic or barbecue, Target offering Igloo coolers at $19. Home Depot offering a Nextgrill 5-burner for 20% off at $198.
Record low prices, lowest prices of the year on things like 12 packs of soda, which are under $3 this week at Target.
In 2019, pre-pandemic, Americans spent more than $6.5 billion on the holiday. This year, 84% of Americans say they will celebrate, and the total spend is likely to be in the same range. Retailers are vying for your dollars beyond the holiday weekend, too.
Every online shopper is having a deal. Go ahead and bookmark that retailer because inevitably something will go on sale.
Major retailers like Macy's and Best Buy running sales on select kitchen appliances with markdowns as high as 40%. And reimagine your closet at Athleta, Coach, and J.Crew with sales up to 50% off. As for what to avoid buying this holiday, one expert says apart from home appliances, you can do better on personal or entertainment electronics later this year.
If you're thinking about TVs and other tech, now's not the best time. Once we're already into July and late summer, I would say it's worth holding out for those Black Friday prices.
One extra tip from our experts: no matter what you buy and when, take the time to comparison shop. It will mean more money in your pocket. Deirdre Bolton, ABC News, New York.
Now to the very latest on the coronavirus front right now. 62% of the state with at least one dose of the vaccine. That's about 3.5 million people, and 3.1 million people in Arizona are now fully vaccinated. Well, across the nation, the White House coming up short of its goal of getting 70% of Americans with at least one COVID shot before the 4th of July holiday. According to ABC News projections, it's estimated that 67% of adults will have received their first dose of the vaccine by the end of today. That's 7.4 million shots shy of the goal, but the president is still sounding upbeat about it.
Put simply, our economy is on the move, and we have COVID-19 on the run.
Now, there are still concerns about the Delta variant and the 14.8 million people who have missed their second vaccine dose. Experts warning that only those who are fully vaccinated are protected against the coronavirus.
It's official. 28 years in the making, and now we know that the stage is set. The Suns are going to be taking on the Bucks in the NBA Finals.
Yeah, last night I fell asleep on that game, but the Milwaukee Bucks, they beat the Atlanta Hawks 118-107. The Bucks and the Suns, they're going to face off here in Phoenix on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Tickets, I'm sure you already know, they are sold out. I mean, they went like that, whatever that means.
But yeah, it just means like quick and also like triple the cost of what you're used to, which is really crazy.
But it's
that
the
they sold
finals,
out.
though. I mean,
it's true, and you're up against like celebrities that want to come in and watch just the finals. Period. So the Suns are back on the court this weekend. They're getting ready, practicing ahead of those finals.
And Coach Monty Williams, he shared with us that Cam Johnson, he's ready to go after being sick. I didn't even know he was sick. That's why you have that rest in between. Good to end those series early. That's right. Then Williams, he went on to talk about how excited the team is to be going and playing for a championship.
Being in a position to have an opportunity to win a championship is one of the coolest things that you could ever experience. And now we want to do everything we can to finish it, to go after this thing with everything we got. And don't forget, ABC 15 is your home for the NBA Finals. Just
put the channel here and don't turn it. You'll be able to watch game 1 right here. And then following the games, of course, we're going to have a special edition of ABC 15 with our sports team breaking down the biggest moments of hopefully a Suns win in the first 2 games. So don't forget that first game is Tuesday at 6 p.m. I won't forget.
Can you imagine? They just focus now and keep their nerves steady as we head in. All right, still to come on ABC 15 this morning. Although they can be a nice break from the heat, those monsoon storms can also pose some serious threats. The impact yesterday's storm already had on an area that was recently impacted by a wildfire. Plus, a construction boom is leading to delays and potential legal issues. So our Let Joe Know team is breaking down what you need to know if you're thinking of upgrading your home. But first, we're helping you pick the things to do so that you can enjoy the fireworks. There's a show happening at the Wigwam Resort in Litchfield Park. Tonight's Red, White, and Boom Fun kicks off at 7 o'clock. You can also enjoy the Freedom Fest at the Fairmont Scottsdale Princess. They'll have live music and also a dive-in movie. The fireworks show itself starts at 9. We've got more for you. Stay with us this morning.
It is 6:13 now on your Sunday morning. Take a look at your screen here. It's a good reminder that monsoon storms, they can pose serious threats, especially in areas that have seen recent wildfires. This is video from the Telegraph Fire burn scar. You can see that the water is running through Pinal Creek. That creek runs through Globe. According to the fire marshal, there has been no damage in town so far, but just look at the energy and impact of that water carrying all of that stuff from the burn scar. No hair.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty unbelievable to watch when we actually see these washes also run like that. But we did warn everybody that this is the potential in those burn scar areas because it just, now that water can collect and it's just so very dangerous as well. But wow, the power of Mother Nature. I want to get to that most accurate forecast and show you clouds and radar over the last 6 hours even. And you can see that the storm started to move out of the valley here and still out to our south over those last 6 hours before they sort of started to move on. Sky Harbor yesterday got a 1/4 inch of rain, so that says a lot about how much rain we got out of that system. Right now, we're basically dry statewide, but we do have some cloud cover and we do still have some lingering storm chances, although they're weakening. That forecast high for today, 104 degrees, so I think definitely a pool day in order for a lot of folks as they celebrate the holiday. We still have a 20% chance of storms in the forecast. Thanks to the cloud cover, also our air quality is improving ever so slightly in the moderate range, at least until the fireworks start going off, so just keep that in mind. Breezes will be very light here in the valley, around 5 to 10 miles an hour, just a little stronger up north, closer to 10 to 15 miles an hour with gusts at times around 20 miles an hour, especially if they get any storm activity, then that always increases those winds. Temperatures right now, though, dipped really nicely because of the storms last night, so we actually still have some 70s hanging on across the southern portion of the valley. 79 in Santan Valley, 78 in Ahwatukee, 79 in Buckeye. It's 77 right now in Maricopa, and up in the North Valley, Anthem is sitting at 77 degrees as well. If you're going to be pulling out the grill for today, we will work our way into the 90s by about 9 o'clock this morning, and it's going to be a slow warm up. By noon, we're still in the mid 90s, 96 degrees. But then we will cross over into triple digits this afternoon. 104 is that forecast high that we'll see in Glendale and Levine, as well as Surprise and Mesa. It'll be 103 in Chandler and Gilbert, 101 in Fountain Hills, and 100 degrees in Cave Creek and Anthem. Also today, right now, across the state, temperatures in the 60s in Flagstaff and Show Low, 67 in Prescott. We're in the upper 80s, low 90s out to our west, and upper 70s to our south. But the warm up will bring upper 90s across southern Arizona, triple digits out west, and close to 110 degrees through Mojave County. We'll be in the upper 80s, low 90s across central Arizona, and low 80s north of the rim. As for that firework evening planner, by 5 o'clock, it's 102, dropping to 101 by 7 when a lot of those celebrations start. Sunset is at 7:41, and by 9 p.m. when a lot of the fireworks shows are starting, it'll be 99 degrees. Also, Futurecast showing us 1 o'clock we could see some storms fire up, but we really don't look to have them punch into the valley. If they do, it would be after that 5 o'clock hour. And then tomorrow we start our big warm up, 107 and close to 110 for the rest of that forecast, Mark.
All right, no, hey, thank you so much. Well, while homes across the valley, they are selling in just days, there's also been a boom in home improvement needs as people consider listing their homes or just want to make some upgrades. The Let Joe Know team, however, showing that there is a downside to that demand, leading to delays and, more importantly, potential legal issues. Look.
It's kind of a triple whammy.
Import tariffs increasing costs, fewer licensed contractors after COVID shutdowns, and a shortage of supplies, all happening at the same time.
If all that weren't bad enough, the pandemic forced a lot of people to stay home and also caused a dramatic spike in home buying.
Attorney Gary Smith, who specializes in construction law, says as a result, many people are seeing projects delayed or even unable to be completed at all. And when people are left waiting or trying to get their money back, he says many of them realize their contract is not what they thought it was, if they even have a contract.
Rule number one, you want a well-worded, detailed, written contract signed by your contract.
Some contractors like to give a window for completion or say a percentage of work will be completed by a certain time, push to get specific completion dates.
You certainly have the right to ask. And if they refuse to, let that inform your decision on whether to move forward.
Same thing for pricing. If material costs go up, contractors may try to pass that on to you unexpectedly. Make sure your contract outlines exactly what's included at the fixed price. Consider a clause that requires a contractor's check all supplies are available before the project starts. If there's a long wait, the contract is voided. If you care about the materials being used, like a certain brand of drywall, that can be specified in writing as well. No matter the case, he says, when it comes to the contract,
don't you sign it until you've gone through it from top to bottom and made certain it exactly matches your expectations.
Gary says licensed contractors should be willing to work with you on wording. And when in doubt, he says, hire an attorney to take a look at the contract. He says it'll cost you right now, but a lot less than a lawsuit might cost. Go to abc15.com/letjoeknow for links to the Arizona Registrar of Contractors to make sure you know who you're hiring. I'm investigator Joe Ducey. If you got a problem, let me know.
All right, Joe, thank you. Always great advice. Well, today is Independence Day, so we're honoring Arizona men and women who are serving our country and our community at the same time. Specialist Omar Duarte with the Arizona National Guard says that serving has opened up a whole new life for him.
No prior knowledge to any medical knowledge, so everything I've built up to this day is thankfully through the Army. Becoming a medic, that was really something I wanted to chase.
Specialist Duarte hopes to continue growing in the medical field and one day become a doctor, and he is well on his way. Well, still ahead on ABC 15 Mornings, we're helping you get ready for your 4th of July cookout, the simple dishes that you can create to spice up your barbecue this weekend. And it wouldn't be the 4th of July without that famous Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest, the competitive eater representing Arizona and her chances today. And as we head to break, happy 4th of July. Here is a picture of Cooper, the dog sent in by our viewer Lisa, decked out with his flag there. Cooper's ready to celebrate. He's probably going to be hovering around that grill to see if you drop any good fixins for him. Maybe drop it on purpose. We'll be right back.
Fourth of July is here, and for a lot of you, you might be welcoming guests into your home for the first time in a long time. So Chef O is here from Fry's Signature Marketplace Kitchen to help you spruce up your spread today. Hey, Chef O, great to see you again.
Good to see you.
So, of course, we've got the 4th of July theme here, so we're going to go over some things that you're recommending for people, but you've put a cool twist on some old classics. So we know a lot of people are going to pull out the grill, and that means burgers, but you've changed them.
Yeah, so obviously, taking the feed from the 4th of July, red, white, and blue, a burger, a little blue cheese, and peppers in there, a watermelon salad, blueberries, watermelon. Then we have a firecracker salad. So that's getting some heat from some jalapenos.
And on your firecracker salad, is that just a traditional like iceberg salad underneath, or what was on top of that? I know the jalapeno firecracker. What else is in that?
Right. So we're cutting everything like matchstick so it looks like it's exploding. So we have carrots and radish, some spinach in there, some jicama, a little change that most people aren't aware of, but jicama to really freshen it up and make it light for the summer and not just, your everyday salad. And then for the adults, a little watermelon margarita slice, And then we have a couple beverages. We have a kid's beverage, a little float, sparkling float. And then for the adults, we have a vodka float with the ice cream as well.
For the kids float, so that's ice cream and then like a sparkling colored water?
Yeah, really any kind of sparkling juice or water that you want to do, you can change it up. So obviously we chose red for today with the vanilla ice cream, so the red and white, but you can do, any kind you want.
And then the piece de resistance is our dessert. So you're making a holiday inspired trifle.
Yes, so I really like trifles because they're really easy to make and you can put your own spin on this as well. So today what we have is some angel food cake. Okay, so before you cut your angel food cake, you're going to brush it with a little lemon water, get some extra flavor in there, and then we're just going to chop that up.
And so what's the size of those angel food chunks?
Depending on what you're doing. So here in front, I made a little individual one, or you can make it, family style, either way, but bite size. You don't want to be chomping down on too big pieces there. Okay, so we have our angel food, and then our custard or a cream. We're kind of making a kind of a cheater mousse here. So we have some cream cheese that we're going to put in there. And then we're going to put in about a cup or so of whipping cream. And I would recommend, even though I have a whisk here, I would recommend you do this with an electric mixer if you have that.
Right, you're the professional, but let's make it easier for people. Yeah,
exactly. So we're going to whip that all up. Once we're done whipping that together, we have this nice little mousse. So to make your trifle, it's just layers. So put in some of our cake that have been brushed and cut. And then you're going to scoop in some of your little cream cheese mousse in there, make that into a layer. And then some blueberries. Oh, always check when you have your blueberries, always check and make sure you've cleaned all those little stems off, right? You don't want to chew on those. Not so good.
So as we're layering, then, is this something that people make the night before? Do you make it the morning of?
You can make this the night before, and you can make this as gourmet or fancy as you want, or as simple as you want. That's one of the reasons why I love trifles.
Yeah, that's awesome. So the last thing before we go is your cooking school. People had been able to come and learn, but then the pandemic, we had to go online. So what's the story now?
So we are back. We are open for in-person classes starting next week. So I'd love to see everybody out here and cook with me.
Tatum and Shay, that's the way to go. Chef O, it is always a pleasure. And yeah, we're excited to get cooking with you. These are some great ideas for the holiday. So thank you for showing us.
My pleasure.
It is 6:27 now in your Sunday morning. Still ahead on ABC 15 Mornings, why officials are demolishing what's left of that condo building that partially collapsed in Florida last week.